Is there something in your life that you love and hate? Well, I do, and that something is Toy Story 4. I don't know what it is about this movie, but there's so many things that are so inconsistent and physically and logically just make no sense in this movie whatsoever. But I still really like this movie. I understand what it's going for. I respect it for that. There were some scenes in this movie that I really like. And I'll just say, through the lens of parenting, this movie is definitely better than through the lens of your average moviegoer. So, let's deep dive into why I love and hate this. What's a word to describe a movie that you like love and hate? Yeah. Now first, the good stuff. With the good stuff in this movie, I said that I like what the movie's going for, like the whole message behind it, because the whole thing that this movie's going for is that Woody is struggling to find purpose now that Bonnie doesn't care for him. Although there's a scene in the movie where Bonnie plays with him, but that's besides the point, because the whole point of this movie is that Woody has nothing else to do other than get Forky back to Bonnie, and he did that so he can just move on and live with the woman of his dreams, Bo Peep! Jesus, I shook off my words all the damn time! But yeah, I like what this movie's going for, and I really I like this movie. I do. I also kind of hate it, but that's for later. But I like how the opening scene isn't like all the other movies in the original trilogy of Toy Story movies, where they're all fantasy sequences, because here, it's a real-life rescue mission where toys are trying to save another toy. I'll get into that scene later. But I like what this movie's going for. Forky is charming. I know some people get easily annoyed by him, but he kind of reminds me of the cat in Lightyear. So yeah, I really like some stuff about this movie. I like Duke Kaboom because I like the whole thing with him and Rajan, because although it could have been done way better, and apparently this thing that could traumatize a toy in the original trilogy is played off as a joke here, I like how he overcomes the whole Rajan thing at the end of the movie, where he's like, "This is for you, Rajan." But yeah, it's just the way he says Rajan, it's so funny. It's meant to be funny, which it kind of is. "This is for you, Rajan." It's funny, not gonna lie. Anyway, the bad stuff. Remember when I said we'd get back to the opening scene of the movie later? Well, now it's time to get back to that opening scene. Because, although it is probably my favorite scene in the movie, because it has the whole real-life toy rescue mission, where Bo has to say goodbye to Woody, and we finally learn what actually happened to Bo Peep, and how Woody and her were separated. Definitely shocked a lot of people when Bo Peep wasn't in Toy Story 3, and probably frustrated a lot of people. I feel like if Bo Peep disappeared in Toy Story 4, Woody's motivation in this movie would have made a lot more sense. Because he's struggling to find purpose. He doesn't even have Bo Peep anymore. Anyway, the thing that I like about the first scene of the movie, I've already explained. Now it's time to explain what I don't like about the opening scene. Like I said, physically, it makes no sense at all, because how is the chain of monkeys formed? Like seriously, how? Literally, how is the chain of Wait a second. Now that I'm actually looking at this image, I'm just realizing the aliens on this image. The 3 aliens, those guys. I don't recall seeing them once in the actual movie. Maybe at the beginning, where it's like flashbacks and stuff, but during the actual adventure that we're meant to be focusing on, I don't recall them showing up one time, not once. and yet they were in promotional stuff for the movie? What? You're promoting characters that aren't even in the... Guys... What? I'm glad that I noticed this in the section where I'm talking about the bad stuff. Because this is definitely a part of the bad stuff. Here, let's just look at this, where I can't get mad about the aliens being here. But, back to the bad stuff, although we just talked about something bad about the movie. How did they form that chain of monkeys? Like, seriously, how? It's physically impossible. When Woody was desperately reaching for RC, the chain of monkeys made him go forward, but not as far as he should have gone. He would have went past RC, and everyone would have died in the storm. But no, it only made him go just far enough to reach RC. Although the chain of monkeys is way too long to make him just go just barely far enough to reach RC. But also, how was the chain of monkeys formed that fast? And not only that, if it was actually, like, formed like how it was in Toy Story 1, when they were forming the chain of monkeys to save Buzz from a bush that he's not even in, we see them, like, put one monkey down, and then two, and then three. Like, the chain keeps getting bigger and bigger. But apparently the chain's just formed, like, all monkeys become a part of the chain at once, like, what? What? It makes absolutely no sense. And also, why is RC the toy they need to rescue? If it was an actual toy that, you know, actually now that I think about it, it is better that it was RC. I was going to complain about RC being the toy that they rescued, because why are you having to rescue a toy that wouldn't even be with you in Toy Story 3? But I guess it builds for more suspense, because now you don't actually know if they're going to save RC or not. Which, it probably would have been better if they didn't. You know, it probably would have been better. Because it would have made more sense. So, yeah, shame on you for not killing off RC. Okay? If you're gonna get rid of him, you might as well get rid of him that way. That would have made that full scene even better. But, I guess that's something I like about the scene. The toy they have to rescue being RC builds suspense, because he's not in Toy Story 3, other than the flashbacks at the beginning, so he could easily die here, which he probably should have, because then we wouldn't have the stupid chain of monkeys thing. But also, how is RC the one struggling in the storm? He's the biggest toy in Andy's collection, and the one that Andy probably went on the driveway to play with, because he could have easily went in his backyard, that we see in the open, like, right after that in the flashbacks. But no, he goes on the driveway, probably so he can, you know, steal RC better. Then how does he forget RC? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And by the way, there was never a driveway next to Andy's house that was present in Toy Story 2 and 3. Oh, there was one next to his house in Toy Story 1, but that was the old house. They got a new house, and I clicked on something on eBay. Why the hell did I do that? But yeah, like I was saying, apparently I forgot what I was saying. Let's just move on. Wait, I remember what I was saying now. But there was a driveway next to Andy's house in Toy Story 1, but they moved out of that house in Toy Story 2 and 3. And this scene right here is supposed to take place in between the two movies with that house. What are you doing? This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Are you kidding me? Buzz off, you stupid saint, which is also one of the best scenes in the movie, probably my favorite. But at the same time, during the same time where this scene is one of the best in the movie, this scene is also full of baloney. Oh yeah, remember when I said that I thought that Forky was a bit overhated and he was actually pretty charming? Well, guess what? I hate him at the same time, because the very existence of this character is questioning the logic of the Toy Story universe. Because the whole rule in the Toy Story universe is that if you're a toy, you come to life. But now with Forky, it gets more complex, because, like, it's not only toys, but also eating supplies, like eating utensils. Like, what? Spokes can come to life now? Not just toys? Are you kidding me? Like, this messes with everything. And even in the, like, commentary for the movie on, like, Blu-ray, with the director of the movie, Josh Cooley. He doesn't even know how Forky came to life. It says that maybe it's because he has Bonnie's name on him. You know what else has Bonnie's name on it? Yeah, what's on the left side of the screen? Bonnie's backpack. So that's obviously not it. And also, may I point out that toys like the Prospector, the Barbie dolls and Alice Toy Barn, and the Buzz with the blue belt, and Buzz before Andy wrote his name on his foot, they all came to life before they had a child's name on them, So what are you talking about? Now, let's just focus on the characters here. First off, Woody. Kids, let me introduce you to character assassination. Now, you might be wondering, what is character assassination, Papa? Well, it's simple. I probably shouldn't have said Papa, that's a bit weird. But it's simple. What you basically need to do is establish what a character does, who the character is, and his personality traits, or her personality traits, or their personality traits, doesn't matter, and then absolutely ruling all of that in the sequel or successor on the same thing. That's what happens to Woody in this movie, because for some reason they thought it was a good idea to take the Woody from the original trilogy that said that being owned by a child was the most important thing ever, and have him just leave Bonnie. Because remember when I said that through the lens of a parent, this movie's definitely better? Well, that final scene where Woody does let go of Bonnie and leaves her for Bo Peep is definitely made better through the lens of a parent. Like how Finding Nemo's made 1,000 times better through the lens of a parent. I still think Finding Nemo's pretty good. It's close to Finding Dory, in my opinion. I think Finding Dory's a bit overhated, by the way. I'll probably do a Pixar ranking so I can talk about all the Pixar movies because I've already talked about a few of them. But yeah, I think that this scene... What scene are you talking about, Songstar? I don't know, Songstar. What are you talking about? What am I doing? I'm just trying to... I think I hit 10 subscribers or something soon. I don't know. That was on my YouTube bucket list. My YouTube bucket list is full, by the way. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just continue with the video. God, what am I... But anyway, through the lens of a parent, Woody's a lot more understandable, so I can kind of forgive him. Buzz is a completely different story, because apparently he's too stupid to actually create his own thoughts, so now he has to listen to his stupid inner voice, which is apparently his voice box, and now he's to push his buttons at the most convenient times, telling him to, Meteor Attack, look up, and he looks up, and there's Woody, what? How did you get that lucky? And speaking of these characters getting lucky, remember that one scene where Buzz, Giggles, and Dougie and Bunny, they're all together, and then the key just magically shows up in front of them? How lucky! Yeah, Giggles wasn't all that much, but Ducky and Bunny, their scene where they were thinking of ways to get the key from the grandma, they keep attacking her, was kind of funny, but I feel like it was a bit too long. Still kind of funny, though. And then, of course, Bo Peep. Character assassination at its finest. Not really, but still, Bo Peep is a completely different character than what she was in the first two movies. Because, sure, at least have her act like this new small character after she was donated and left by Molly. That was her name, right? Molly? Yeah, Molly. But why did she act so small when she was in Molly's room? When they had to rescue Elsie? Because that's the same character as this character right here that we're saying. Although that's not how it should work. Because we should think that she got this small by being a lost toy. Not when she was actually in Molly's room. So, they're trying to gaslight us. They're trying to manipulate us like they're the Prospector from Toy Story 2, which they will never be. And they're trying to make us think that Bo Peep was always this smart, when in reality, she wasn't! Okay? I don't know why I picked this image, but I did. But look, what I've been trying to say this entire video is that I love and hate Toy Story. I've definitely been hating on it. Toy Story 4, not Toy Story. That's classic. The first one I'm talking about. Anyway, I've definitely been hating on Toy Story 4 a lot more than loving it, but like, there's so many great things about the movie that I think people overlook when they obsessively hate it, and so many bad things about the movie that people overlook when they obsessively love it. I think that I'm a mixture of the two. I really like this movie, and I really don't like this movie at the same time, so I kind of have an opinion on this movie that's pretty unpopular. It's okay, you know, it's good, and it's bad. It's both. I know some people think it's like the worst Pixar movie, or one of the best Toy Stories, even better than Toy Story 3. I think you're a maniac if you think that. But yeah, this video is a fun one to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about next. A Bug's Life? I don't know. Subscribe. Bye.